Today, on the Canadian Way, the 2021 Volkswagen Golf, the German Corolla. Bonjour, our first German car, and it's brand new. Borrowed this car from one of our viewers. The Volkswagen Golf arrived here in Canada in 1974, and that's the latest generation of the Golf, which arrived in 2015. Next year, they won't have any generic Golf. They will only have some GTI and R version. So this is the last Golf for everyday men. The base Volkswagen Golf model worth $23,000, and the Highline model worth $28,000, but this particular model is the Highline, and with the option it worth $30,000. Today I'm going to review this Golf and show you where it belongs on a Canadian scale. Starting the exterior with the Golf. The look of the Golf is elegant. The paint quality finish is good. The general quality is great. The front end of the Volkswagen Golf looks definitely like the last generation. Looked like the one before, that looked like the one before, and that looked like the one before. It's an evolution. The tires of the Volkswagen Golf are 225/45/17, which they're not hard to find and they're cheap to replace also. I don't know why all the Volkswagen Auto Group had these plastic on the nuts. It's useless. These Volkswagen Golf sunroof have a bad reputation of water leaking. Let's talk about the door. The door is made out of a great quality product and the fitment is amazing. But it caused some issue here in Canada. Here between the front fender and the door, it creates some condensation which creates some ice and cause the door to bend, and then the paint peel off and then rust. Sometimes styling goes before function. Piano black plastic trim. Look how dirty it is already. Here in the rear, same thing as the last generation and the last generation and the last generation. It's a Golf. And it looks like a Golf. And here we have the backup camera, which is a great idea from Volkswagen, because in winter it helps to protect the camera. What a great idea, Volkswagen. Starting the interior with the trunk. Here we have 493 liters of cargo space. With the seat fold down, we have 1,570 liters of cargo space, which is the biggest cargo space of its category. To fold down the back seat, all you need to press is both latch on each side of the seats. There you go. Sitting in the rear, the rear door opens pretty wide. The front seat is back up at its maximum backup position. I don't really fit, but you can see the seat goes so far I can reach the pedal.
He actually got a 6-inch between the end of his feet and the pedal, which is gigantic.
If I put the seat where I sit normally, I fit perfectly in the back. The interior of the Golf is well built. They use a quality product, but they have to cut somewhere. Like here, we clearly see that it's some kind of cheap plastic, and it sounds like cheap plastic too. Otherwise, there's nothing else to say here in the back of the Golf. Another example here, it's the center console. We have great quality here product, and here cheap plastic. And just underneath, we have no power outlet, no USB port, just nothing, empty. Getting in the front door opens pretty wide. The seats are very comfortable. The driving position, great. Nice cockpit, everything is well placed. The quality of the leather on those seats is not terrible. Definitely not terrible. There is better leather quality. We have the adaptive cruise control button that lets you activate it and adjust it. The infotainment is easy to use. You have access here to your media, access to the radio. Definitely simple to use. If you want to use navigation system, your navigation is right over there. Everything is, yeah. You also have here your phone. Everything is nice and simple. The climate control, I think the buttons are too small. You have to remove your eyes from the road to use it. You need it to times for adaptation to use those. You need time of adaptation to use it. Here near the shifter, for a fully equipped car, we have all those blank switch that is made of a terrible plastic quality. Next to the cup holder, we have the emergency handbrake here. A big thumbs up to Volkswagen. No electric handbrake, thank you. It's made out of really nice material. Another shiny piano black plastic trim. Here where we can open the sunroof. Plastic, cheap plastic.
Really cheap.
It's definitely cheap.
Oh.
This is a 4-cylinder engine which is a 1.4 liter and has 145 horsepower and 184 foot-pound of torque. And not to forget, this is turbo. Speaking about the turbo, there are none to fail before the 100,000 kilometer. This engine is matched to an 8-speed automatic transmission, which average 7.5 liter per 100 kilometer. Volkswagen are known for their electronic issued here in Canada. They don't really show a great reliability. The Golf have disc brake on each corner and independent suspension on each corner as well. Driving the 2021 Volkswagen Golf. First thing I've noticed is the visibility. The visibility is good. It's not that bad. You see well. The car is pretty comfortable for an entry-level car. The 4-cylinder engine works pretty well with the DSG transmission. The drivetrain is very efficient. You won't have any problems for everyday driving or overtaking someone. The sound deadening is amazing for an entry-level car. It's probably the best in its class right now. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Everybody says that the Volkswagen Golf is sportier, but I don't have any feeling at all driving this car. It has great performance, but it's not engaging. It's more comfort oriented than sportier oriented. The handling is great, the car performs very well, but I don't know what I'm doing. I have no feedback from the car or the steering wheel. Overall, the Volkswagen Golf is satisfying to drive for everyday driving. It's comfortable, and it's the closest rival for the Mazda 3 in terms of driving.
So, Andrew, the 2021 Volkswagen Golf. Where do we place it?
I won't recommend the Golf because it costs a lot. Well, not a lot. Well, it is expensive to repair compared to a same car value like the Honda Civic that we have just made, the 2018.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's more expensive to repair.
The problem is not necessarily the cost of repair, is that you have to repair it.
Yeah. It's not an option.
Yeah, like my friend got a 2016 Golf with the 1.8, but it's the same turbo. 100,000 kilometer, turbo dead, $5,000. $5,000. So now he's been driving for 6 months without a turbo because
No money?
he didn't even finish to pay it, and he has to buy a turbo for $5,000.
Yeah.
Because engine out. They have to drop the subframe.
So I won't recommend it. I won't recommend the Volkswagen.
I agree with you. Volkswagen in Canada has a long way to do in terms of reliability. They have electronic issue, turbo issue, mechanical issue, and I mean, if you just look at the turbo piping on that car, it's all in plastic. I'm scared. I mean, it's gonna work for maybe 150,000 kilometers, but after that, I'm scared, man. You're gonna have a ton of boost leak, and you're gonna be like, what am I doing now? What am I doing? Plus, they rust.
Yeah.
In the freaking door and everything. Even if they got a 12-year warranty for the rust.
12 years? Wow.
Yeah, 12-year warranty for rust, Volkswagen. Wow. They have no choice.
But they rust after 15.
Yeah. No, they don't rust after 15. Yeah, they rust after 15. like we show you the door. Check all Volkswagen you're gonna see on the street. You're gonna see these doors are bent. It's like they're bent because of the ice. It's incredible. And they kept doing this. They know the problem. They have this problem since the Mark III. They have this problem since '95, and they keep doing it. That's fascinating. Apart from the reliability and the issues of the Golf, what do you think about the car?
It's a good car. It's a car fun to drive. I really have fun to drive the car. I have a great acceleration, great handling.
For satisfaction.
Well, I was satisfied about the car, but I won't recommend it because of the cost of repairing the car. But
yeah.
Otherwise, it's a good car. It's a good car. It's fun to drive. It's really fun to drive. Well, it's German. German cars are fun to drive, so yeah. German cars are fun to drive.
Like sporty?
No, not like sporty.
Okay, good.
Fun to drive.
Okay.
It's not because it's fast that it's sporty.
Okay, depend on the perspective of the people. Found it boring.
Yeah. Well,
to me, the Golf is as exciting as a Corolla.
Yeah, but it's fun to drive because of the drivetrain.
Yeah, the drivetrain is very responsive.
What do you think about it, Buddha?
Got some kind of screw-on-y here. Okay, so the Volkswagen Golf.
Volkswagen Golf, definitely not recommended.
Okay. Is it driver recommend?
Yeah, driver recommend.
You driver recommend?
I have fun time to drive it.
Like a Corolla.
Like a Corolla. I love driving Corolla.
So the Volkswagen Golf is Canadian disapproved. And he said it's driver recommend. Personally, if the Volkswagen Golf is driver recommend, the Corolla is.